Well, it's another webisode, and look at that, I'm driving home. I should probably establish the reason I shoot these while I'm driving home is because I have time to get it done. I do so much work on the show at home that there's not enough hours in the day. I mean, honestly. So, if I can get the webisode done on the way home, then all I gotta do is plug it in and load it up, and it helps cut back on time. Plus, I have a long drive home since I live up on the northwest side, and since it doesn't cause a well, not much danger in driving, except when the guy to the right of me right now with my turn signal on won't let me over, then I get him done on the drive home. So there you go again. Now he speeds up. How sad is it that the leadership that we have on the Tucson City Council, I had such a hard time wrapping my head around how is it that, you know, for everybody else, and I don't care what political affiliation you are. I mean, literally, I don't care what political affiliation you are. Democrat, Green, Libertarian, Liberal, Communist, Marxist, Socialist. If you're living like everybody else is, meaning you have a regular job, you have an income, you have bills you have to pay, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of what you believe in to be right and true or right and wrong. It doesn't matter. If you have a job, and you, oh, it's funny, somebody wrote "I love you" in dirt on the back of that Cadillac. I'm sure they were really pleased about that. Don't you know that scratches? Anyway, if you have a regular job, you have a steady paycheck, you have bills to pay, rent, mortgage, electricity, water, food, okay? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your belief system is. You have to prioritize, okay? So even if you believe in spreading the wealth around or you're a socialist, you still know that you've got to pay rent before you pay anything else, okay? With that in mind, now if I'm wrong, email me and tell me I'm wrong. I'd like to know how a socialist or a Marxist or a fascist or a liberal can do without prioritizing rent first before anything, right? It's essentially what it comes down to. Food, but rent, okay? Protection of you and your well-being and your family's well-being. So why is it that for everybody else, regardless of what you believe in, you have to prioritize at home? But when it comes to what our city council does, and our government, but we'll stick to the city council. When it comes to the city council, they cannot prioritize. It doesn't make any sense to me. And even if you're on the city council and you're, say, Richard Fimbres or Regina Romero or Karen Ulick or Shirley Scott, Paul Cunningham, although he seems to get it somewhat, Steve Kozaczek, even if you are any of those individuals, how can you be concerned about, and I'm at a stoplight so I can look at the camera, how can you be concerned about what people are going to say by just prioritizing? You have the ultimate argument. Even if you have the most liberal of liberal, hippie, whatever, whoever you want to use as the example. Even if you say are Regina Romero, and you say, look, we have to cut the Suntran subsidy. We have to cut out Parks and Recreation. We have to get rid of Kidco because we need to protect our city. And you, to the person who's complaining, need to be able to have your tax dollars go to protect you for police and fire. I mean, even if you're Regina Romero, you have the ultimate argument. Even for somebody that uses Kidco, and yet they just refuse to even bring up the argument. City Manager Mike Letcher refuses to present a budget that is gutted to its core. Refuses to do what all of us have to do. I mean, what they themselves have to do. Are you going to tell me that Regina Romero and Mike Letcher and Karen Ulick and Richard Fimbres suddenly play by a different set of rules when it comes to prioritizing for their house? Regina Romero's got a new baby. Certainly she can't afford to not pay rent, or her husband, right? I mean, any one of them can use their own finances as the example. And it should be even more important for them because it's not their money. It isn't. It's the taxpayers' money. It's the residents of Tucson's money. It's the people that work inside Tucson. It's our money. So it's not even their money. So they have to be responsible with that. And if you were to take a poll, put it on any website, have anybody, whatever entity, Arizona Daily Star, you name it, put it up, I'll promote it, and ask them, what's the first and foremost thing that should be paid for with our city council money? I'm going to almost guarantee you people are going to say police and fire before they're going to say public transportation, before they're going to say daycare, before they're going to say parks and rec. Sure, you'll have some people that won't, but the majority will say yes. It's dumbfounding. I do not get it. I do not get it. You know, liberalism is a mental disorder. It must be, because these people are delusional. It's the definition of hypocrisy. And they're wasting your taxpayer dollars, and they're putting the city at risk. It's truly unfortunate. We'll keep talking about it and keep pressing the issue. That sales tax is not going through. They need to cut deep. They need to cut now if we're ever going to turn this city around. All right, there. I feel better now. I've vented. Hey, don't forget, coming up on Tuesday, the 36 World War II veterans that are able to go to Washington, D.C. on honor flight because you were able to donate are going to Washington, D.C. on an honor flight to see their World War II memorial. Their flight leaves just before 6 o'clock out of TIA on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. I would encourage anybody who has the opportunity to go and wish them off on their honor flight, to go to the airport, park, go inside, say hello to these World War II veterans, and wish them a safe and happy journey as they go to Washington, D.C. to see their memorial, because you paid for it to make that happen, and I'm so excited that we were able to do this. Dave Sitton, who hosts American Warrior and Daily Mail, will be our reporter on the trip. We'll be hearing from him as he leaves TIA on Tuesday, and I hope you can go out and say and wish our World War II vets and Dave Sitton a great flight on Tuesday morning. And we'll have more information up on the website here at 1041thetruth.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.